literally can't loosen that. I didn't want to move that anyway. Today we are just having a really quick look at these Stagg MH-D05 mic drum clips. That's not them, that's a piece of cardboard. I just wanted to do a really quick kind of mini review of them. It's not going to be particularly in depth, but I just wanted to show you them because it's a challenge that I've been having for a little while, trying to find some vaguely decent mic drum clips. And I know there's kind of better ones out there on the market, but they cost way more than I am planning on spending. To start with, they're okay. They cost about £9 each, which isn't bad. I'm guessing that's about $12-ish. And I've had bad experiences with mic drum clips in the past. I've tried ages ago the Samson, I think there were, I've got it on my sheet of paper, DMC100 clips, and they were completely useless and broke almost instantly. They were completely made of plastic, and as soon as I tightened them up, they just snapped. So I do not particularly recommend those. So these, the main thing about them is that they're completely, every part of it, pretty much, is made out of metal. So they're not going to snap in the way that I had problems with the last ones that I tried, and I gave up and went back to mic stands. And by the way, the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm really struggling for space around my kit in here, and I'm sick of tripping over mic stands. So I know it's not the best route in the world to go down doing clip-on mics. I wouldn't use them for professional recording because you get too much sound interference through the actual clip itself. I'd also be a little bit dubious about using them for live use, just whether or not they would unscrew themselves. I don't know. I'll be trying them for live use, and I'll feed back and see how they go. But I would be a little bit nervous about, even though they're made of metal, whether or not they would come loose. So as I say, when I got them out of the box, I was really impressed with the construction of them because everything's metal. We've got a little rubber sticky thing under here to protect the hoop on your drum, and we've got an all metal clamp thing for the bottom. And even this bit here is a little bit kind of shock absorbery. I haven't taken it to bits and had a look at what's inside it, but I'm assuming there's some sort of rubber suspension thing inside here to try and stop sound being transmitted from the drum and through into the microphone, which is always a problem with clip-on mics. And then this section here is really sturdy metal, which I'll come to in a second. So, brilliant. For £9, I'm over the moon with them. Oh, and by the way, they come, can I loosen this? They come like that. That's how it comes in the box. So it's got the 5/8 inch thread adapter already on it. And you literally just take your mic clip and screw it on, and jobs are good. And then you can also, what you can also do is use this fella here. I've tightened it too much. I literally can't loosen that. Okay, I didn't want to move that anyway. But if you did, you could move that down, and you've got between apparently 60 and 100 millimeters of height adjustment. I don't know what that's relative to, because obviously your mic's sticking out the bottom there. So, all good. Apart from, why can't they get a simple design like this right? As it comes out the box, this is going to be a little bit tricky to demonstrate because I've already bent the bejeebers out of these things to get them even close to vaguely functional. But as they come out the box, this bit here is much further kind of bent that way. And once you've got a mic in, and I know I'm using a really unusual SM57 microphone, which I know they're a little bit niche. Surely they're going to work with a 57. It's the most industry standard mic for drums there is, probably. And by default, with the way they attach on, your mic would end up being almost halfway across the head of the drum. So, as I say, I've already bent these ones, but the way they're designed out the box, I mean, you can see even now, look how far, that's nearly a third of the way across the head of the drum there. I don't know if you can see it. So what I had to do to get them even vaguely functional was really, really bend. And this, bear in mind, this is at its highest possible travel on this bit here. So it can't go any further back. So to get this even vaguely usable, I've had to bend this piece of metal back to try and get the microphone further back. I can't get the mic any further back on the clip. I mean, someone please tell me, what am I doing wrong? You could not use that with a 57 out of the box on any normal drum. I just don't see how that's doable. The mic would be so far across the middle of the head, you would just hit it all the time. So it's completely unusable the way they're initially designed. And there's no instructions, so there's nothing to say you're supposed to bend the metal. And this is really hard to bend, by the way. And I was really nervous when I was bending it about whether or not it would just snap these screws. So I had to be really careful when I was trying to bend it back that this bit wouldn't break. So I've eventually managed to bend them kind of far enough back that I can at least point the mic down towards the drum. But it's still not ideal. I mean, really, when I'm miking up drums, I like to have the mic, let's see, can you see this? I like to have the mic about an inch or so off the edge of the head and pointing towards the center. That tends to work pretty well for me. So kind of I would have it kind of like that. Does that make sense? Or like that. Or from here I would have it kind of up there like that, which you probably can't see. But with this, what I'm having to do, that's as far as I can get that back in there. So I'm just having to point it down towards the edge, which means I'm not going to get the best of sounds because you really want it pointing more towards the middle of the drum. But unfortunately like that, it's just too close to hitting range from the sticks. I'm going to end up hitting the mic, so I'm going to have it like that. So with this particular mic, the snare one, I would have it here, which is a nice place where it's not going to be too in the road. That's about the best I can hope for, really. Anything else, if it's like that, it's going to end up getting hit. So, you know, these would have been the best mic drum clips I'd come across. You've got the suspension mount built into them. They're all solid metal. They don't mark the hoops. They hold an industry standard mic clip. But the one failing feature of it is that this bit of metal is the wrong shape. So if you're happy to bend it into shape, go for it. I'm happy with them, and for what I'm using them for this sort of work, they, I think, will do the job absolutely fine. They would have got a arbitrary 10-star review, 5-star review, let's make it out of 5. They would have got a 5-star, but because of this stupid shape bracket, I'm going to give it a 4-star. So I hope you found that vaguely useful. I'll put a link to what this is in the description. If Stagg want to send me any other free stuff, that would be lovely.